Thank you. Okay, my name is Jesper Sigården, and I'm a system developer, senior system developer, and interaction designer. I'm going to take you, do a walkthrough of the Ductus Developer Portal. We are going to talk about a little bit of background, and then what you get, and I'm going to show you what you get by a demo. So, a little bit of background. Ductus has been developing and maintaining operational portals since 2018. You might ask yourself, what is an operational portal? Well, it's a web portal connected directly to the NSO, and it's a view for the operator to interact with services and manage them. We have operator tools for easy navigation, like a breadcrumb that only saves the endpoints of your navigations, and also shortcuts which you can use to make your daily work better. All the pages are handmade, so we are not talking about Yang order here, or we are talking about relevance of information. So when the operator sees the service, he knows what is most important. We support roles, so we can hide or enable features depending on what role you have. We also support NACAM rules. So if a field is read-only, it will be automatically disabled. So you might ask yourself, why do we have this? We have an excellent CLI. The CLI it's for network experts and those guys. So we build these operation portals to bridge the gap between service personnel and support personnel to the network experts. It gives them a view to manage and provide and do services in the network. We also provide specialized search pages and easy access to statistics and alarm management and other stuff. We actually have a success story for this. A large telecom provider here in Scandinavia are currently using our one of these operator portal instances, and through that we became headline news in that country because of the rollout of 5G was done in a much faster pace than they thought was able to do. So we're doing quite a lot of these portals. So there's a lot of similarities between them. So we have something that we call the Ductus Automation Portal Framework. It's developed and maintained by us, and it's our foundation for developing these portals. We're having this toolkit, as we call it, and it's our consolidated experience when we are developing these portals. We have lists that we can incorporate into the service page, so that we concatenate the tree depth of. So we don't have a list page and a detailed page for every list, because some lists just contain internet addresses or whatever. There's a lot of reusable views. We have device view, we have alarm management, we have common operator tools, and so on. Each of the leaf type in the Yang is mapped to a component in our component library and are validated. So if you have a regexp for a leaf, we translate that so that the operator gets immediate feedback on the error that they are, or the wrong input. So when we're developing these portals, there's a lot of data mining going on. Do we have the correct data? If we want the forms to behave like the Yang model. So if we have like must expressions for, we want the form and the fields to be enabled and disabled, or even hidden and not hidden. And also, how does the schema look like? If I log in as this user, do I have access to this schema? How do I get hold of information? And that has led us to develop a set of tools that we use for data mining and querying and stuff. So we have XPath, we have query, we also have a good load merge tool that we use for entering configuration into the NSO. So that leads us to the main character of this presentation, the NSO Developer Portal. In the Developer Portal, you are able to view the NSO state and the configuration model. You are able to perform actions and interact with alarms and devices, and do simple onboarding of devices as well. Load and merge new configuration, and use the bundled tools to execute queries and evaluate XPath expressions. So I'm going to have a demo, and this is like Victor Leon say, I'm going to do it hardcore. It's not recorded. So here we go. So the Ductus NSO Developer Portal. Login screen. It's hosted in a Docker container. You are able to add the NSO instances that you want to connect to through environment variables. You can then choose which of the instances you want to log into. I only have one because it's my computer. So let's log in. Okay, so this is the main view of the portal. To the left, we have the menu. We have the content area in the middle, and to the right, we have a slide-in panel. It's like a glorified. It's a glorified dialogue, actually, but it works really well. It contains the config. This is the transaction manager. We have a load merge tool, which I'll show you later, and then we have the shortcuts or favorites. And down at the bottom, we have a task list. The task list is basically the actions that you have performed, and you can view the result there. I will show you. The content, the landing page, we have a service count, and we have the device status. We have faulty call points for you who when you're loading your packages, then you probably will have some kind of issues with call points. We have the packages where you can easily reload them or redeploy a single package. So let's go into the system overview. In the system overview, you can see the basic information of the NSO. We have the connections that the NSO is exposing. We have the hardware, how much it's consuming and using of your hardware, basically. We have the faulty call points again, because that's actually a system thing. And then we have the packages. If something is wrong with a package, you will have a warning icon here and an error message on the right side. Let's go to devices. So this is the basic list view in an operational portal. We have a create and delete, and we have an action drop down. All the actions that you see here are read from the schema, and we create actions and we populate the action drop downs with the stuff from the schema. We can filter on the basic filtering, and we can also toggle column visibility, so the operator can choose what they want to see. And here we can see the existing devices that we have on this NSO. So if I want to execute an action on this, then I can just select the row, and I want to check the YANG modules in a verbose way. So we have the result as a pop-up on the right side here. And maybe you don't, if you, I have the words in Swedish, but so if you missed that one, you can always go down here and click on the row, and from here you can copy and paste or do whatever you want to with the information. We also support executing actions on multiple rows. So I'm not going to do the verbose thing again, but it becomes like a queue that it executes. So, and they are compatible. So on the left side of the table, we can see that we have a little star, and that's the shortcut or favorites that we have. It's this operator tool that we use for. You can collect your daily work and have them as shortcuts. So we star mark a device. If we have 10,000 devices, all these shortcuts becomes small badges up here, so you can easily navigate them. If you go to the landing page, we have the shortcuts, so you can access from there, or you can press Alt-S on the keyboard, and you have this the shortcut slide in, where you can easily navigate to the details of the device. Yeah, the basic form or configuration of the device. We have choices where you can choose which kind of device it is. In the YANG model, like many of you know, that's a choice and so on. Changing a value will not that much. Will light up the transaction manager. If you're making a lot of changes in the UI, then each of these key paths are clickable. So if you click on a key path, it will navigate to that detailed page. Let's revert that one. We also have this little eye here, because the auth group, it's a leaf ref to something. So we have a preview, And this is an automatic rendering of the configuration for this auth group. And we will see much more of that later on. We have alarm management. Here you see the alarms in the system. The actions that you can perform on an alarm. The alarm detail. We have merged the alarm handling and the alarm state lists and sort them in time. And that gives a better overview for when you have operators handling the alarm and if there are new states after they were handled. So it's a nifty feature. Okay, so let's go to the configuration view. The configuration view is a automatic rendering of the configuration that the NSO have right now. We have icons that indicate what type of container it is. So we have the list, we have containers. We have the name of the container, the tailf info that you probably have in your model. You have the namespace, and then you have the prefix. Also the actions that this container exposes. And then we have this icon over here. This is the schema inspector. This is for this user. This is what the schema. We see what he has access to see. So clicking on this, we see that we have filter level. I have the CRUD access to that one. Its type is severity T, and it is been resolved to the basic severity types. If you go down to filter alarms, filter alarms is an action. We have an action input, the alarm status, and then we have in this folder called older than, we have a choice, which has then a set of cases. We have seconds, minutes, hours, and days, and so on. And then we have severity and so on. So it's a good tool for inspecting the schema right now. So let's go down to this service. We are right now looking at the configuration, like when you're doing show and just tab. So if we click on this link here, we will change the context to. We'll do a drill down to service. So this is the service container, and here we see how that looks. So we have a role list and a connection list, and there's a difference between them. In the connection list, we have this arrow and these eyes, and the eyes, they are previews, but they doesn't exist on the role list. That's because the role list just contains two leaves, a key and a device. But the connection contains more information. So if I want to drill down and go into that list item, I can do that. But if I just want to preview it, I will render it. You can render it by pressing the I. So let's go down to the L3 VPN here and go into and drill down to that one. This is a regular. This is the rendering of that container. The rendering order is that we take all the leaves and we move it up to the beginning of the page. They are rendered in in yang order, but we have the keys first, always. Then we render the lists, and then we render the containers, and that's like the never-ending loop. We see here that the QoS policy, it's a leaf ref, so we can preview that in the same way that I've shown you. If you look at the bottom, we have plan data and service data. When I was working with this, it became evident that the plan data and service data took up a real good chunk of the real estate of the window that I was working in, and it was hard to see what data was the configuration data and so on. So we basically grouped them together, and if you want to view them, you just expand them. We can see here that the service has a relation to the device, and the plan data, we have some components here. So why not do a service view? So the service view has a drop down with all the service points. It's where you can choose which service that you want to view. We have in the service view, we have the shortcut column where you can mark things as interesting. We have a plan component which indicates how the plan has been executed, if it's been executed, or if there's something wrong with the execution of the plan. Going into the drilling down to the first instance here, we can see the plan status component and the service relation component. The rendering of on the configuration is exactly the same. Here we have the plan. It's like the plan history for this, and this is the concatenated view of the events of the plan, the component plan, when they happen, and the log concatenated into one. So if you're using the log in the service, then it will show up here. Let's go over to the XPath evaluator. I'm going to navigate to this endpoint here, and I want to have the key path to this leaf. So for all in the configuration view, these are hovering the mouse will show you the key path to this element, and clicking on it will copy the key path. So let's copy the key path, and we go to the XPath evaluator. Traces of, and then now we have a key path. But if we paste this key path and it will be automatically converted to an XPath. So you don't have to do that yourself. And executing it will show you the value of gigabit Ethernet as a result on here. That's one way of doing it. The other way is to, if we have for example, a must expression or something, we can say that the context of the XPath expression is the C interface, and I want to evaluate if the name is correct. Then I do //name, and then I can get the name. So it's like a visual tool for going about the XPath evaluation. These icons over here is like if I'm doing a lot of iterations here, I can go back and say, no, I want to use this one again, and work my way from that. So it's like a reuse me button. The Query Explorer, here's we have the recent queries that has been executed in the client, so we can choose the query that we want to do, and execute that. And then we see that we have in this list we have these, and then I can yeah, the selections are XPath expressions, so you can just modify and test your queries. This has been invaluable for me when I'm doing my, search pages and then stuff like that. Yeah, so the last item of the demo is the load and merge tool. In the load and merge tool, we have it's a basic editor where you can copy and paste your XML configuration, or you can use drag and drop. I need to move that. Let's see. Yeah, you can use drag and drop, and just add. You can either drop it on edit so that you have the XML configuration right there, or you can drop it so that you can it then drops and then loads it automatically into the NSO. So if I have multiple files here, I can press this, upload all change files to the NSO, or I can just upload the selected file by pressing this one down here. So let's load that one, and we can see here that the is now loaded. It has been successfully uploaded into the NSO, but we haven't committed this configuration yet. So I'm just gonna these are the changes that we have inferred by this configuration. So let's revert that one. Okay, so let me log out. The NSO Developer Portal is now available on Docker Hub. So you can download it and test it. The page contains all the information you need to know and example of how to run it and so on. Let me go to the last slide here. Yeah, so read the manual, available now. Go for it, try it out. If you want to have contact with us, send an email to nsodeveloperportal@ductus.se. We offer this portal for free, so bug fixes and new features will be applied when we have time. That doesn't mean that this is a fire and forget. We are going to update this because it's a part of our toolkit, So as I said, you can run it as a Docker container from in your Docker Compose or from your command line. If you want customizations to the developer portal, or if you're interested in an operational portal, send the email to NSO Developer Portal and we'll get back to you. So, are there any questions? Thank you. My name is Jesper Sigården. Thank you.